Hello, here's a quick demo of all the features on the SK50D from Yamaha. I'm not going to go on the organ because, well, it's a pretty standard sound. You can either go with presets or do it manually, where you have like feed control over here. All those sliders right here are just like the levers for a Hyman organ, where you have all your different octaves. So that's pretty much it. Now let's go right down to the lower keyboard, which actually gives you access to the string polysynth sections. The strings right here. Put them in a bit more volume. You can put the ensemble effect on this, which is the chorus. Sorry, there was organ on there. That's your typical. That's really your typical 70s disco organ, disco string sound. I mean, just with the chorus right there. You also have the tremolo, which is like a Leslie simulator, and you can ramp up on the speed with that. So that's pretty much it for strings. You have 3 different presets for strings, which are basically the same sound but with 3 different octaves going from the lower to the higher, obviously. The polysynth section has some nifty presets. But if you go on manual, then you start controlling the whole thing for the polysynth with these sliders right here. You can either use a slow attack preset or put sustain on it, for instance. And then you have brilliance control, and then you have the whole ASDR envelope setting, and along with this slider right here, which is feet, giving you the choice between 16/8 or 4 feet of either square or sine wave. And if you put the slider between 2 presets of feet right here, between 16 square and 16 sine, you'll get both. If I go back all the way down, it's only sine, and if I go a bit up, I only get the square wave. Now back to 16 sine. I'm going to push the envelope attack time as high as possible so it actually kicks in really after a while. Obviously it can go much faster than that, and it can do a whole lot of ASDR fiddling as usual, but that's one of my favorites. I'm just going to stop it at that for the polysynth. And now the solo synth section. Da, 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 da. Lots of knobs, lots of controls for this kind of simple synth. It's quite fun because you can either route the solo synth to the upper keyboard. Let this or you can actually route it to the bass section, and then you can couple it with the bass synth. So let's say, for example, manual bass would only sound like this. But then you can add the synth to it, and then suddenly it's so there you go, already right there you can layer 2 voices one over the other using the mono synth and the bass, and you already got some killer sound. Basically all the controls you have is the LFO speed, the portamento, glide, where I'm not sure what it does. You have control over feet. It's 64, 32, 6/8, 5th and a third, or 4. And then the other slider right here will give you the choice between either sine wave or square wave, and then you get the full gradient between the two where you can mix them. You also have pulse width modulation, and that little switch over there allows you to route the pulse width modulation either to the LFO, to the envelope generator, or strictly manually. And then you have the VCF block, which is right here. The VCF block basically gives you the cutoff frequency, resonance, modulation, and envelope generator depth. And this sucker right here is your envelope generator. The rest of the presets: attack time, decay time, sustain level, release time. And this little toggle right here is a really nice magic worker. It's the VCA, and it allows you to either put it on hold, at which point it will just hold. Like, this is my other hand, I'm not touching anything. This end, it's just going on its own, and like every time I press a note, it will hold it forever. You can also put it to gate or envelope generator, so basically your envelope generator will react a bunch of different ways. I'm going to make a quick demo of the sounds together. I'm going to route the mono synth to the bass. I'm going to put manual bass on. I'm going to put the lower organ, the strings with tremolo, not chorus, and the polysynth with chorus also, with a very long envelope, just to make a quick example of the different sounds it can create.